Good afternoon and welcome to the Cold Scotland webinar. Today we're looking at creating personalised activities quickly and easy using the Bitsboard app. The Bitsboard app, I should say. Now Bitsboard's been around for a long time. It's a great little app. You've lots of things you can do with it. And you're just going to show us some of the things you can make for different resources and things like that, Claire, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, what I'll do is, do I need to share my screen, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll share my screen and just share my screen, and hopefully the iPad is still there. Okay, we might need to just quickly, it's disappeared again. Okay, put the code in. We'll be with you in a minute, Susan, just getting that. And we're on. Okay, great. Okay, and fantastic. And we'll just go full screen. Okay, Claire.
Thanks, Craig. Okay, so this afternoon we're going to have a look at the Bitsboard app. It's a really nice little app that we use a lot here at Call. It works by using a set of images and turning them into a variety of interactive learning games. So all you need to play those games are a set of images, and the app does all the work of creating the games. So the images that you use can be things like photographs of vocabulary words linked to particular topics like autumn or animals that you find in the jungle. They can be language concept photographs as well. So photographs of action words, you know, people doing things, or opposites or something like that. Or they can even be images of mathematical concepts, so photographs of sums, addition, multiplication and that kind of thing. So I'm going to go into the app and show you exactly what I mean, and we're going to have a look at some of the different games that are available in Bitsboard and think about some of the ways that you can use it. The version of Bitsboard which I'm going to use this afternoon to demonstrate to you is the free version. And there are three versions of Bitsboard. There is this free version, but just to say there is also a pro version and a student version as well of Bitsboard. So the main difference between the free version and the pro version is that the free version allows you to create games, it allows you to play games, but you can't share them or back them up with any other iPads. So if you're a teacher, you might want to be able to make a version of a game available to lots of different pupils on a variety of iPads. So if you wanted to do that, you would need to have the Bitsboard Pro version, so you can share it via Dropbox or via AirDrop to other iPads. The student version of Bitsboard costs $4.99, and that allows you to have multiple accounts on one iPad. So if we have a look at this free version that I've got here, I've just got one login on this iPad. I'm the only person using it. But if I was a teacher and I had a class of pupils and I wanted all of the pupils to be doing different activities at different levels, and I wanted to be keeping a track of their progress, because there are tracking features in the Bitsboard app, then I would need to have the student version of the iPad, the student version of Bitsboard on the iPad, so that I could create profiles and users for each of those students who could then log themselves in. But you can do a lot with the free version on one iPad, and we're going to have a look at some of the games that you can play. So this is the home screen here of Bitsboard. When you come and open up the app, you'll see all of the resources, all of the boards that you have created. The bits are basically what the company who make this call the photographs or the images, and you make up boards with them. So behind these images on the screen here are sets of photographs that I have created these mini games with. I've often typed in labels for these photographs. I've recorded, which you'll hear my voice saying the names of things as well, and we'll have a look and see how that works when we come to selecting a game. So I'm going to choose one of the sets of images that I've got here on the iPad. We're going to start with penguins. So I'm just going to tap to open up the penguins, and you'll see that instantly it's showing me the games that I most recently played, but it's also showing me all the possible games that I can play with this one set of images which I created. So I think it's around 32 different games potentially. You will see though as we go through there are some games that it's more appropriate to play with particular images and particular kinds of images. But for the purposes of this, we're going to have a look at a couple of games that you could do with just a set of images. Say we were learning, we were doing some topic work, some IDL work about penguins, and I've got the names of some penguins here. So if I tap on just the second board that's on the screen there called Explore, it's going to take my images and put them in a grid. And when I tap on the images, it's going to speak aloud the words that I have recorded. So here are 4 penguins. I wish my penguin knowledge was a bit better, but I'm going to try and find out what they are. So I'm tapping on the top left-hand one, Gentoo Penguin. And here we have the name of it. So I recorded myself saying that. You get the image. I'm going to tap. We'll go back to the Explore board and I can choose the one on the bottom right-hand side. Chinstrap Penguin. So really simple, kind of like flashcards basically. That's probably the best way to think about it. So we can just do very simple things here. We don't add anything. We're not being asked to try and work anything out. It's just giving us information. Emperor Penguin. If we go back to the screen where we can choose an activity, and I'm going to do that by on the top right hand side next to the little settings wheel. There are 4 dots. The one on the top left hand side is a bit darker. That's going to take me back to that choice page with all the different options. I'm going to tap on the one that says flashcards now, and you'll see it will show me one image at a time. Gentoo Penguin. So we could just go through and swipe and see all of the different activities that are on there, but it also gives me Emperor an option. Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Adelie Penguin. You'll see on the bottom left hand side that there is a red button that allows you on this particular game, this flashcards game, to record some additional information or to have a pupil record their own speech as well. So this particular activity, it's a set of images about penguins. We're doing some learning about penguins. So I'm going to record an additional fact about this penguin by tapping on the red button. Adelie penguins live all over the Antarctic coast. And you'll see on the bottom right hand side, there's now a green triangle, and when I tap that, it will play what I've just said back. Adelie penguins live all over the Antarctic coast. So we can keep scrolling through and we could Gentoo Penguin. We could add facts. Emperor Penguin. For all. Chinstrap Penguin. Adelie Penguin. Of our images to find out and sort of consolidate some learning about penguins. So there's flashcards. One of the other nice games that you can play is a jigsaw game. So I'm going to go to puzzles down here, and it's going to turn my images into a jigsaw puzzle. And you can drag over to create the puzzle. Emperor Penguin. And it'll tell you what it is just to reinforce that bit of learning and automatically go to the next one. One of the quite nice features is we can change the number of puzzle pieces, we can change some of the different features of this game, and to do that we just go up to the top right hand side where the little settings wheel is, tap on there, tap on settings, and now I can increase the number of pieces by using this slider. If I wanted to make it really tricky, we could go all the way up to 36. We can have options to rotate and turn the puzzle pieces. Using this feature, they just kind of lock in, which makes it a little bit easier. There's lots of different things. We can change the layout of them as well, and we can change the number of images that we want to appear in each set of the games. So now I've changed this to 36 pieces. I'm going to tap Done on the top left-hand side. And it's slightly more tricky now, as you can see, but you get the idea. There's maybe not an ideal photograph to choose to make a penguin puzzle out of, but you can get the idea. So that's the puzzles game that's on one of the options as well for Bitsboard. I'm going to go back to my set of activities now by tapping the home button, and this time I'm going to choose another set of images. So I'm going to tap on the ladybird, which you can see on the screen in the mini beasts, and there's various other things you can do as well, kind of learning style activities, including a really nice Pelmanism matching game. So I'm going to select memory cards for the game. So we're going to use these mini beast images to play a memory game. This is either a 1-player or a 2-player game. I'm just going to, or 3 or 4 or 5. I'm just going to select one and tap play. And now I've got face down cards which have all my images on them. And if I tap them,
bee.
That was a very lucky first guess there.
Butterfly, caterpillar, ladybird, butterfly, caterpillar.
You can see I'm not very good at Pelmanism style games.
Butterfly, butterfly.
So there's butterfly. And if we go all the way through,
caterpillar,
we can get a little you've done it screen at the end.
Ladybird.
Tell us how we did. So I got them all, and I've got the option to play again, or I'm just going to tap home. Once we've maybe become a bit more familiar with the different vocabulary words that we've got, so if I'm kind of more familiar with what the names of these mini beasts are, we might want to check and see if that learning is really solid. So we can choose mini beasts again, and this time we're going to use a game called Photo Touch. So this time I'm going to have to find the correct picture and tap on it.
Bee.
So I've got to find the picture of the bee.
Snail.
And if I didn't hear the word the first time, or if I want to repeat it again, I can tap the speaker icon at the top of the screen there in the middle.
Snail.
So there's snail.
Caterpillar.
And you'll see that the number is increasing as I get correct answers.
Worm. Worm.
And if you get an answer wrong, it will just take that option away.
Worm.
And repeat until you find the right one. I got a couple wrong there, so it's reduced the challenge now. And it's just giving me 3 options. And there we go, there's my scorecard, and it tells me the ones that I got correctly. And that's something that if the iPad is connected to the internet, that you'd be able to email using the little email icon on the top right hand side, or you could just take a screenshot and save it. Also in the games as well, there's quite a useful one called Pop Quiz. So I'm just going to scroll down to find that. There we go. This time,
worm.
I need to find the word. So we've been working on the picture so far. Now I need to find the word. So I'm going to select worm.
Snail. Caterpillar. Butterfly.
And you see again the challenge is increasing as I get answers correct.
Bee.
Now it's really trying to throw me. It's giving me a word that means that sounds the same but has a different meaning.
Bee. Ladybird.
we go. So it's quite clever. It will respond to how you were doing in a particular game. So we can do comprehension questions, we can do word recognition, we can also do handwriting as well. So if I go down to the Trace It game,
Ladybird.
now it's taking my images and it's going to ask me to write. And if you look at where it's spelling out Ladybird on the top right hand side there, you'll see that as the little icons, as each of the letters turn a different colour once I've written them, it's giving me an exact copy of what I have done when I have tried to write the D. So if I go a little bit off kilter, it will look like that as well. So even if it's a bit wobbly. And those little pictures that you can see on the letter, you must pass through them in order for you to be able to write it. If I try and go down, it won't let me, it will pop back. I must go up and catch the leaves, and then I can see now I've got to go all the way down. So it's a really nice feature. That's in the handwriting. Okay, so I'm going to go back now to the home page, as we're going to look at a different kind of set of images. One of the other things that you can use Bitsboard for is for sequencing activities. So I've got a set of images of just really simple 4 things to do that we might do before we get in order to get ready to go to school. So I'm going to select them. It's called Sequences 4 Steps. And for this one, I'm going to scroll down. You can see that recently it gives me the examples there that I've used, but the sequences type games are down at the bottom here. And you'll see that they're on the second from the bottom row there. There's one called Sequences and one called What's Next. If I tap on Sequences...
Can you complete the sequence?
So the Bitsboard narrator asks if you can complete the sequence. And if I tap on these and drag them down... Yeah, first I need to get up in the morning.
Then I go on the bus to school.
Don't think that's next. Nope, won't let me do that. So what do I do after I get up in the morning? Oh yeah, I think I might have a breakfast. Then what do I do?
I find my school bag.
Yeah, I need to find my school bag. And then I get on the bus and go to school. And there we go. 75% of them correct. So you've got that sequencing that you can do, or there is a what's next.
What comes next?
So again, that's the Bitsboard narrator asking the question, what comes next? So after I get out of bed, what do we do? I've got 2 choices. Yeah, I got that one right. So after breakfast, I get my school bag, and after my school bag, oh no, I don't have my breakfast, I go on the bus. Really flexible. That's just 4 images and you can do all those different things with them. Something else just to point out as well, lots of these games, they can be done independently with just one pupil playing the game, but there are games which are set up for 2 players, so it can be a really nice social skills activity to do. I've selected Ladybird again there. And I'm going to tap on this game down here called Racing Rivals. And now
Ladybird.
I could be sitting with the iPad and I could have a pupil sitting opposite me. I'm the blue car, they're the red car, or it could be 2 pupils working together. And I need to find the right picture. It said Ladybird, so I'm going to try and find Ladybird. Yep, I got that right. B. So red player.
Butterfly.
Now it's my time. Now if I get the wrong one,
Butterfly.
it then passes over to the person in the other team, so they can get another point.
Caterpillar.
Oh, am I going to get that? Yep.
Worm.
And so on, all the way along
Snail.
to the finish line.
Snail.
There we go. very loud there.
Ladybird.
So there's some really nice two-player games in Bitsboard as well. And then just finally, one of the other nice features of Bitsboard is that it's not just images that you can use and play the games with. You also can link to YouTube videos and have the YouTube videos play within Bitsboard. Now you need to be online for this to work, though. That's the only thing to bear in mind. So I've got a Bitsboard set of some number song videos, which I'm going to tap on. And to look at this one, I'm going to use the one we used very first of all, the Explore feature, and that's going to give me a nice board with all of my options. And now, if I tap on an individual board, so tap 10 green bottles.
10 green bottles.
Oh, the app crashes. So let's just try that again. So I'm going to tap on number song videos again. Tap on Explore. We'll maybe not try 10 green bottles, we'll go for Speckled Frogs.
5 speckled frogs.
So now you'll see that the YouTube video has come up. You can see the little YouTube play button there. It won't start playing automatically, but if I tap on play, we get 5 Speckled Frogs. So that's a really nice way people could have maybe some of their favourite videos and they could navigate and play them themselves. But bearing in mind, you do need to be connected to the internet for that to happen. So that is a very brief rundown of some of the different features of Bitsboard. It's a simple thing to create the activities. That's not something we've really got time for to look at today, but hopefully you've had some ideas about some of the different ways you might be able to use Bitsboard with your pupils in your setting.
Well, that was brilliant, Claire. It's ages since I've used Bitsboard, and I'd just forgotten how good it was.
Yeah.
It's superb. Yeah, it's great. Okay, we'll pop back to the first screen, and Susan is there. Susan, what do you reckon? Do you have any questions you'd like to ask Claire? And Stuart is there, Stuart Merston as well from Claro. So thanks, Stuart, for joining. So many questions.
Yeah.
That's okay, Stuart. I suppose we could maybe put Claire's email address in.
Yeah, sure.
And
That's
then
absolutely
if
fine.
you have questions, you could maybe ask.
Yep.
So Susan, you're an SLP working mostly in literacy, early language, AST. Yeah, that would be better. Okay, so I'll pop in Claire's email address. So Claire.
CLAIRE.
I need to make that bigger. I can't
Yep.
see it. So if we just go text size, and I'll make that 14 my size so I can see it. Okay. CLAIRE
E.Harrison.
Harrison@ed.ac.uk. Hopefully I've got that right.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
looks right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Susan, always looking for ideas to increase accuracy, and you're from Canada. You're in Canada, brilliant, because I think they're 4 or 5 hours behind us. So well done for joining.
Bitsboard is really nice, Susan. It does save you time because you can just use one set of images and you can do so many different things with it, which is why one of the reasons why I think it is so good and so useful.
I'll just give you time to pop in your question or your reply, and then I think we'll close the session. This has been recorded, so if you pop back to the COL website under training and webinars, it'll be archived just down on the right hand side. Susan's used it a little bit, and also think it would be a good way to help parents connect when there were concepts or activities. Yeah, that's a good idea for parents as well, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely. Okay, all right, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Susan, for joining, and Stuart, and thank you, Claire, for such a good session. That's great, thanks. Okay, so I'll stop the recording.